If I hover over an item, it gives me a little blue box, kind of shows me what I'm about to select. If I see this little icon here, it's got like a bunch of dots, little handle. That's what I can use to drag an item and move it. So I'm going to take this text here and I'm going to drag it. Now it gives me some idea as to where it's going to put it. So this is where it already was. This blue bar shows me where it's going to go. So if I want, I can stick it right underneath this title, but then it's going to be connected to that title. So let me show you what that looks like. So now those kind of become one item, and I have to click into it to then be able to grab this item here. There we go. And now I can re-grab it and move it around to other places. I can move it to the sides of other items, so I can put it on the side here. And now I've got a comment here. I've got this title here. I can resize items like that if I want to. I'm going to pull it back out. Make its own thing. So this is probably one of the trickier pieces, is the actual moving of content around, figuring out how to make it move to where you want it to be. Just kind of fiddle and you'll start to get the hang of it. And if you ever mess something up, so like let's say I'm doing this and I accidentally connect it onto there and I don't like that and I want to get it back the way it was, of course I can move it back, or I can use the undo button to just undo that mistake I just made. Because you're going to find a lot of times when you go to move something around, you'll end up accidentally moving it slightly off of where you want. You can hit undo and then just try it again. So let's go ahead and move this around a little bit more. Notice when I get to the middle, it gives me these bars. Those are automatically adjusting the size and location and gives me an idea that now it's going to be centered. So if I go like that, it's going to be a little bit bigger and centered. Move it over a smidge. It's going to be smaller and centered. Let's go ahead and make it bigger and centered. The text itself isn't centered, so I'm going to adjust that. And I have an alignment option. All right. Let's do this image. Images is a pretty popular one to have to manipulate. So I can move it. I've got this little arrow icon. Allows me to move this image where I want. Same thing, I can use those kind of guide bars if I want. I can adjust the size of my image. If I grab the sides, it's going to kind of crop the image for me. Notice it doesn't skew it, it just kind of crops it, which is kind of nice. And then I can tie the image to text, just like I was tying that text to the title before. So actually I'm going to go ahead and tie it to that. Now I've got this as kind of one unit I can then grab and move around. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff. I'm going to go into the content blocks now because they're pretty useful. So content blocks allow you to create items, kind of like what we did here with this image and this text, but just pre-built. So for instance, if I click on this content block here, now I've got a title, some text, and a spot holder that I can use to add an image or document or anything else. So here I can, let's say, select an image. Let's get another shark. And then now I just click to edit that text that's there. So I can adjust text and stuff like that. I've got a lot of different content blocks I can add. So for instance, this one's kind of nice. It adds a bunch of pictures with some text, or this could be, say, documents that you have. So let's go ahead and add a document. Let's go from Drive, and then I can pick something. Let's just add this in. And now this is going to be embedded into that spot. And I can give it a title. Right? And now I can just do that again and again for all these other ones. If I don't want to use all of these, I can select the whole box, and I've got the whole thing selected. See that blue goes all the way around. And I can hit the trash icon, and I can trash that box. Okay, let's go into adding a button. So to add a button, we just click this little button. Click here, and then the link. Now here I can link to other pages which we haven't gone into yet. or I can link to places on the internet. So let's just put a placeholder here for now. And I can resize it to whatever size I want. And I can move this button around. So look, I can put it directly underneath that image, or sorry, embedded document. I can put it directly underneath this text. I can put it in between these two, on the side. Really just kind of move it where I want. Let's go ahead and move it up here. Okay. Now let's see. I did mention divider. Let me just show you what the divider looks like. So if I've got something selected and I hit divider, it just adds a divider in between that item and the next item. This is teeny tiny little line here. And it's kind of faint, but it just helps with organizing content. And if I don't like it, I can select it and then hit the trash icon to get rid of it. Moving dividers is a little bit challenging because you have to get the mouse to where it does this little arrow icon. And then I can move my divider if I want to.